get the code to have an Android toast, which is sort of like a little alert message popping up, usually at the bottom of the screen on a phone, and also the code for a log, which is sort of shows up in effectively like a console so that you can do some error testing, see if you got so far with the value of a parameters or something like that. And here, the code for the log, which is the message in the console, and that is capital L Log.d, and then parentheses, and in two parts, what's called a tag, and then sort of a message or some text. And then next we're going to show the message for a toast. So we're starting with the word toast with a capital T, and then we're going to use within the toast and a toast object, we're going to use the make text method. And then that has three things. The first is a context, and we like it when we can get away simply with the word this context. The message that you want displayed, so we're just going to show a simple hello toast. And then the third thing is some length of time for the message to be displayed, and toast has two sort of standard constants that are lengths, a short one and a long one, so we're choosing here the long one. And then when we've made the text, it doesn't do us any good unless we dot and we actually show the text. So that is the code for displaying it. Here in some the Kotlin, the main activity.kt, the Kotlin code for some program, and on create is sort of like when the interface appears. So I want this toast and this log to appear sort of at the very beginning of the app, sort of appearing on the phone. We see that when we pasted it, log is red and toast is red, and we've got red squiggly lines all over the place, so we need to fix that. Is to import the code that corresponds to log and import the code that corresponds to toast, and we need to do that. But instead of us having to know what log library to import, it's easier if you just put your mouse over the red thing. You'll get either one of two messages, either that one that you see in blue that says do Alt+Enter, or the second one showing over on the right, on the upper right, where it says there's an unresolved reference. So the first one's just saying, hey, why don't you hit Alt+Enter? And the other one is saying, telling you more about what the error is, and just a matter of sort of how long you sort of linger over the word, but it's telling you that the message is probably an unresolved reference that we need to import. But there is this, within this little dialogue, you can hit more actions. Maybe you think it's not an import. Maybe you think it's something else you need to do, and so you can expand that more actions. But actually the first thing was right. So if we just add the import, so in the very first one, if we just hit Alt and Enter, it will do the importing for us. So that's what we will do. Hitting Alt+Enter, it imported, it figured out that it was android.util.log that we needed, and that red went away, but I still have to do the same for toast. Doing Alt+Enter on the toast, which was red, added line 6 there, import android.widget.toast. And now the toast is not red, and all the red squigglies under main activity and going across the top, they're all resolved. They're all done. What I'd like to see is to see the effect of the toast. And if you don't sort of specify otherwise, a toast is sort of an alert message that appears temporarily and at the bottom of the screen, and so I need to be able to see the bottom of the screen. And I'm working with an emulator here, And the emulator is usually docked, and so it's hard. So when I run an app, there usually opens up sort of a pane at the bottom, and that's either covering the bottom of my phone or making my phone so small it's difficult to read the toast. You can sort of see that there is a toast, but not necessarily see what's written there. So I've decided to sort of undock my emulated phone here. So I have that little at where the phone emulator appears within Android Studio, there's a button that allows me to move back and forth between it being docked, sort of over on the right-hand side, or sort of in its own floating window. So I clicked, it was docked, and I hit the button to make it its own free floating window. Its own free floating window, and the magnification up high enough that I can see what's going on. I hit the green arrow and ran the app, and then we can see at the bottom, and you have to be, to make my screen capture, I had to be fast enough to get it before it goes away, because a toast does not stay around forever. But you can see down there at the bottom the hello toast toast message that we made in code. You want to see the effect of the Log.d code, and that is going to log something, to put something into the sort of the console or the LogCat. So down, when I run an app, then I see down at the bottom of Android Studio lots of things flicking by, and there are all sorts of tabs in that bottom pane, and I want the log messages are going to be in the LogCat. So I choose the LogCat tab, and then it's a pretty long list, but if I search, I should be able to find the tag. So there are dates and times, but we can also find in that sort of second column there the tags, and I can find the tag I gave it, hello_tag, and then I can see the message. And I might do this to see if I got to a certain stage in my code, or if I might show a variable value popping up or something like that, to sort of just as some means of debugging. LogCat has lots of stuff in it and may have information from more than one run. So if you're having trouble finding something, the first thing to do is to use the little like garbage can icon there to sort of clear out one's LogCat. Another trick for finding one's log message among the many is to search for it. So there is this little bar at the top where you can filter your tags and or filter all the things that come in the LogCat. And one way to filter is by tag, and it has like various variations. You can get a tag that's similar to what you enter, or exactly what you enter, or contains what you enter. I think, and it's colon or equals, and so for me, there weren't many things called hello tag, so it didn't matter whether I said contains or equals exactly, or so I specified that it was tag. You can see in that little box with the sort of funnel, the filter, and I said then I was filtering by the tag, and so I said tag and then colon, and then I just said I wanted hello tag, and so then of like the 100 or so little things that were printed out, it has filtered it and just given me my hello tag.